Coming up on this hour, Chris 6 Sunrise, Kingsville ISD is considering a major shakeup of its elementary schools. We're taking a look at what's proposed and what today's special board meeting will decide.
And the Evangeline Water Project is meant to secure future water, but it's now under protest. Who's pushing back and how it could impact the timeline? Your Chris 6 Sunrise starts now.
Hey, welcome back everyone. You are watching Chris 6 Sunrise and waking up with the Hoffmans today. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. Guess who else you guys get to wake up to? We have meteorologist Stephanie Lover in for Steven today. Hey, good morning. I hope you got enough sleep.
Yes. Oh, yes, we did. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. It's not too bad for a Tuesday. The weather makes it easy because we are going to have lots of sunshine as we head through today and a little bit of wind. When I say a little bit of wind, that's the star of today's forecast. But in a positive way. In fact, it's already making a difference for you right out the door. As we take a look at our First Community Bank camera, this one sits atop the USS Lexington. We like to call this one the shaky camera. We haven't been able to see a whole lot of shaky because it's the morning and the winds are just getting started, but I'll point your attention to some of that texture on the water there. Yeah, we've got some movement. It's keeping that visibility up for our drivers heading up and out the door. So if you're like our friends here along the New Harbor Bridge, it looks to be a pretty easy ride, but heading out to more inland neighborhoods, more inland commutes are seeing a few reductions in visibility. We're actually down below a mile of visibility in neighborhoods like Falfurrias and out toward Hebbronville, so give yourself a little bit of extra time. Most other neighborhoods doing okay because the wind is a little bit stronger for those neighborhoods closer to the coast, but we haven't seen much for trouble around the area. That red you see is related to some of the New Harbor Bridge adjustments in our map system, but Ocean Drive, SPID, Saratoga looking okay. Rodfield is a busy spot this morning, though. Keep that in mind. Might want to take Cimarron as an alternate. But overall, if you're heading to NAS Corpus Christi this morning, it's going to be a smooth ride. Those drive times getting a little slower as folks head up and out the door. So as you head out, make sure you stay safe and you drive safe. I'll be right back with a check on that 7-day forecast.
Alrighty, Steph, thank you so much. And folks, we'll get to your neighborhood news in just a bit. But first, the U.S. government is still in a partial shutdown this morning. The House is expected to vote on a funding agreement today. And if it passes, most government agencies would be funded for the rest of the year. The Department of Homeland Security would only get short-term funding as lawmakers continue talks on immigration. Scripps News Group, Joe St. George, will join us at 6:12 with the latest.
Well, happening today, President Trump will host Colombian President Gustavo Petro over at the White House. The meeting comes as the two countries work to tone down tensions and resume talks after Trump accused Petro of being involved in illegal drug trades. The U.S. had imposed sanctions against Petro and his family, and the White House even threatened to use military force in the country to remove him. The Trump administration also added Colombia to its list of nations that are failing to cooperate on the drug war for the first time in nearly 30 years. The lawyers for Senator Mark Kelly and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth are heading to court today. So Kelly sued the Pentagon last month over retaliation for his participation in a video that called on troops to resist unlawful orders. Hegseth censured Kelly, which could result in a demotion from Kelly's retired rank of captain and subsequent reduction in retirement pay. Senator Kelly's legal team argues that the Pentagon's punishments violate his First Amendment rights, and they threaten to silence the voices of all veterans.
Kingsville ISD will host a special board meeting today to discuss the final approval for a proposed consolidation plan for the district. In the proposal, Kingsville would close Perez Elementary School and Harrell Elementary School. Kingsville would reopen Clayburg Elementary to serve students in pre-kindergarten through 2nd grade. Harvey Elementary will be renovated to serve grades 3rd through 5th grade, and today's meeting will be held at the Kingsville ISD Administration Building. That's at 207 North 3rd Street, starting at 5:30.
So we wanted to hear from parents whose children attend Kingsville ISD. So Michelle and I posted a poll on Facebook, and I've been keeping track of those comments. Here's what I've found out so far. Of 172 votes, votes believe the schools should be consolidated. 300 votes do disagree on that one. I also pulled some comments that say, quote, James Davis saying, yes, it needs to be done, that they are losing money to other districts. They seem to have a good plan, end quote. While others, like Ganeda de la Mora, that brings up concerns like, quote, a lot of schools have smaller class sizes. What will be the student-to-teacher ratio? That should be a major concern. That's a great question, too. Stay tuned for our 20 minutes of non-stop news for reactions from neighbors in Kingsville.
Formal protests have been filed against the proposed Evangeline groundwater project, putting its construction timeline in question. Chris 6 News gathered records showing the City of Sinton and St. Paul Water Supply Corporation are challenging permits tied to drilling and water transport. Once protested, those permits cannot move forward routinely and must go before the local Groundwater Districts Board. The project is pitched as a future water source capable of producing up to 24 million gallons a day, with costs in the hundreds of millions. The board is expected to take up the issue at a meeting Friday.
All right, good morning. We are up early on this Tuesday to bring you some very good news that it is going to be a week where we don't have to worry about, do I have to drip the pipes? Do I have to cover the plants, protect the 4 Ps? We are throwing all that away. Early spring here in the Coastal Bend this week. So take a look at what's going on outside. The commute along SPID looks to be a pretty smooth one so far, but you'll notice the glowy lights. Yeah, a lot of humidity out there, and that is reducing visibility for some inland neighborhoods. Not too bad here from this view because we have a little bit of wind to keep things shaking and moving, and that wind is going to be the big star of today's forecast. And since we don't have a whole lot of it out in Hebbronville, that's where visibility has been dropping 1.2 miles as of this reading, 1.5 miles in Alice, and that's where we also have the cooler temperatures out there, making for a little bit more of a problem. But overall, a warmer start as you head up and out the door. Much appreciated, I think, after the chilly weekend we had, but this trend does continue. In fact, I think you might like the afternoon temperatures. It all comes thanks to the wind. So checking in with the Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network, winds out in the Bluff haven't been very strong, not very exciting, but it doesn't take a whole lot to help us out here. Generally, those winds about 5 to 10 miles per hour so far today at the strongest, and that is enough to keep movement from allowing that humidity to really settle into fog for the morning commute. But the wind direction is going to be a big part of the forecast and keeping warmer temperatures in the forecast. So wind gusts will get up there today, 25-30 miles per hour, not out of the question. So you might be playing tug of war with the steering wheel, especially if you plan to be heading out and about anytime during the late morning or early afternoon. We're not talking disrespectful winds, but it's enough to make you know that they are there. And the wind direction from the south tells us that that is the main reason why our temperatures are going to be on the up and up. Just got this latest update for you now on where our cold front is. It is making progress toward the coastal bend, and out ahead of it, we've been watching a steady stream of green here on the radar since yesterday, and just a few showers out in southeast Texas. For us, though, nothing. It's all off the coast. But as this front moves through tonight, we're going to keep a very careful eye on how the showers develop out ahead of it. So you'll notice that pocket of rain, it's likely going to miss us because of the direction that this front is kind of swooping through the coastal bend. Still, we may get lucky. Anyways, the temperatures will be lucky enough, right? Temperatures getting to around 80 degrees, especially for the inland neighborhoods. Not a whole lot of rain, not a whole lot of clouds, but at times there will be an opportunity for a quick little shower, a little G-spot running by our northern neighborhoods. And if you are one of the lucky few to see rain today, yeah, that's about it. Luck. I don't have much in the rain forecast for the next 7 days. In fact, this was our best opportunity, and this is not looking very good. So we'll point to something that is looking good, which is the warmer temperatures. We've got 80 on the board here for the Corpus Christi forecast over the next 7 days. We'll likely be near the 80s at least 5 out of those 7 days.
So will the partial government shutdown finally end today? Coming up on Sunrise, our Joe St. George has the latest from Washington. Welcome back, folks. So the U.S. government is still in at least a partial government shutdown this morning after Friday's deadline. But could today finally bring some relief?
To answer that question, we'll bring in our Deputy Political Director, Joe St. George, this morning. Good morning, Joe. So big question. What are the odds that Congress will reopen the government today?
Odds are pretty high. If we have to give a forecast, if you will, a bus stop forecast for a shutdown, the odds are high that this partial government shutdown ends today. But it will not be without consequence. I mean, the Trump administration, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, they've announced that the January jobs report is going to be delayed, perhaps delayed indefinitely, because of the government, that agency being shut down yesterday. So just one day looks like it delayed the highly anticipated January jobs report. If the federal government fully reopens today, as is expected, it starts the clock. And I think this is important to remember. We may solve one funding conundrum today, but we may have another looming large in the near future. This deal only funds the Department of Homeland Security for 2 weeks' time. And that's because Democrats, in order to go along with this in the Senate, they want immigration enforcement reform. And they want to use this 2-week time period to craft legislation and institute it into law across the country, not just in Minnesota. Ideas like body cameras wearing for immigration agents, limits on ICE agents wearing masks is another idea that you hear often mentioned. Well, this is one of the more politically charged issues of our time. It's consequential, it's controversial. 2 weeks is not a lot of time. So we may be talking about a Department of Homeland Security funding crisis in just a couple of days, depending on where negotiations go on this front. From our sources here, we're picking up a lot of skepticism that some sort of grand bipartisan deal could be accomplished in the near future on that front. Again, the vibes are high that this first partial government shutdown will be solved. President Trump and the Trump administration, unlike I've covered a lot of these Trump shutdowns from first term and now second term, the Trump administration historically has almost relished these shutdowns, not wanting to give an inch for the other side. This is a shutdown that the Trump administration wants to move on very quickly. They've been posturing themselves very differently from past shutdowns. So that's why there's a lot of optimism that this partial shutdown may end sometime this afternoon. But we'll watch it, and more importantly, we'll watch this looming Department of Homeland Security fight, which appears to be on the horizon, guys.
Absolutely. Joe, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for staying up to date on it, too. We'll talk to you again very soon.
Okay, it's Tuesday, so what can we expect in today's forecast that'll help you get up and out the door with a little more pep in your step? What if it was a return to the 80s? Because some neighborhoods will see that the price we pay, a little extra wind in the forecast. So here's the view outside from the First Community Bank camera showing that lovely Harbor Bridge, literally the color of love as we start February. But the cars we've been seeing up and over the bridge have had a smooth ride, and I hope you do too. Notice a little texture on the water though. We like to call this our shaky camera. It's not doing a whole lot of that right now, but the texture on the water is the next best thing to help you know that the wind will steal the show today when it comes to the forecast. It's the reason why most neighborhoods that are east of 77 don't have much to worry about when it comes to visibility, save along the coast. But inland neighborhoods not seeing a whole lot of help when it comes to that visibility because winds are fairly calm out that way, so it doesn't keep all that humidity shaking and moving. Yes, there is humidity as you head up and out the door. Air you can wear is making the 60s feel like a real treat today. Far cry from the weather we saw over the weekend. Chilly temperatures, freeze, not going to be a part of our vocabulary heading into this week. 61 right now at CCIA. We're in the lower 60s in our coastal neighborhoods, upper 50s for inland neighborhoods. And as we start to warm up today, you'll notice a little more of this humidity in the mix. We've got generally borderline muggy conditions across the coastal bend, but I do think for at least some neighborhoods, this is going to be on the rise today, more noticeable because we've got a south wind in the forecast. For coastal neighborhoods, that takes a fetch over the Gulf, so it's a little more humid. For inland neighborhoods, not quite as humid, and that will make things at least a little more comfortable as your temperatures rise to the lower 80s. Yes, it's going to be warm inland, but right now not seeing a whole lot of wind. The direction is definitely there. These winds will start to pick up as we head to the mid to late morning hours, and it's all ahead of our next cold front. Yes, cold front, not very cold. What we were hoping for from this was going to be some help in the rain department. Our friends up in the Houston area have been seeing a steady stream of humidity and even a few showers. For us, not so much, unfortunately. Don't think it's going to really lend much for that rainfall. However, we are going to stay breezy before it gets here, and so even sustained winds are going to be up there around 20 miles per hour. Those wind gusts a little stronger during that same time frame, around 25, 30 miles per hour, not out of the question. However, warmer and breezy, the key words for today, with sunrise just after 7:15. So this is when you might be playing tug of war with a steering wheel across most neighborhoods around lunchtime and through the early part of the afternoon, at least, as this front moves along. Gonna hope it brings us some rain, but that's not really looking too likely right now. And unfortunately, that was the best rain chance I had on the board for us this week. So keep your fingers crossed. There are signs next week might be a little more generous when it comes to rainfall, but until then, we'll just enjoy the fact that we have a lot of 80s here on the 7-day forecast.
This is Veterans in Focus, sponsored by the Heil Law Firm, battling for justice, winning for the community.
For a lot of us, even our veterans, finding help online can feel like a full-time job because there's so much out there, right? That's why Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 598, stepped in and created a single vetted online resource designed to cut through the clutter. The group's commander, Skylar Barker, showed me how it works too. The site organizes services by categories, from housing and food assistance to daily needs, peer support, employment, and even education. Instead of jumping from site to site, veterans can find services in their neighborhood all in one place. Now, folks, I'll be posting a link to the Veteran Resource Guide on our website, christv.com.
Well, the Coastal Bend State Veterans Cemetery is asking your help, asking all of our neighbors to come give them a hand with a deceased veteran and giving them a fitting farewell. Charles Douglas Stanley served in the Navy from 1967 to 1971. He was a damage controlman petty officer, and sadly, Stanley is not expected to have any family attend his burial. That's why neighbors are being asked to attend his services on Friday, February 6th. It begins at 10 a.m. If no next of kin attends, a representative from the Veterans Land Office will accept the U.S. flag on his behalf.
All right, here's what you need to know before you head up and out the door. The commute along the Harbor Bridge, probably one of the better ones, despite some of that humidity out there. You might be playing tug of war with the wheel today because our winds are going to be picking up, but so far it's not making an impact, at least in a negative way, on that morning commute. We've got a smooth ride over 181 between Portland and downtown Corpus Christi, along our other major thoroughfares. We're doing pretty good so far. Ocean Drive, SPID, not looking too bad. There's been some stop and go on Saratoga, mostly between Eberhart and Weber, but Rodfield is a very busy place to be this morning, so give yourself some extra time. You want to take Airline or maybe Cimarron as an alternate. Taking a look at how traffic's doing over by NAS Corpus Christi. Now, this is looking better than it was at the start of the hour. Folks heading up and out the door. It's a popular time to head out that way, but our speeds are still up around 25 miles per hour. No slowdowns to report either on SPID or on NAS Drive. So as you head out this morning, make sure you stay safe and you drive safe. That's a look at your traffic report. I'll have a look at that warm 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
I'm Ana Conejo in Kingsville, checking in with the community about the district's improvement plan. Hear what neighbors have to say.
Hey there, good morning to you. Happy Tuesday. It is a happy Tuesday. This first full week of February is going to bring an early spring to the Coastal Bend, and it's making for a decent ride out the door along SPID. Have the view of our camera overlooking that major corridor here. Traffic is moving smoothly, but notice the glowy lights. Yeah, there's a little bit of that air you can wear as you head up and out the door. However, the wind is a huge part of today's forecast, and right now it's helping to keep visibility at least good for coastal neighborhoods. Not as much wind for the inland neighborhoods means that's where we're dealing with some reduced visibility out in neighborhoods like Hebronville. Falfurrias, so travels along 281 and 77 in our southern neighborhoods might be a bit foggy. You've been warned, give yourself some extra time before you head up and out the door. But overall, we are warmer out there, and I think that humidity kind of makes that feel a little more noticeable today. We are on either side of 60 degrees, lower 60s for coastal neighborhoods, and a bit of a drier upper 50s for inland neighborhoods. We're kind of splitting the difference here in Corpus Christi. 61 at the airport, 60 on the nose from Beeville down through Mathis and Robstown. But as I mentioned, the wind plays a really big part of this, and it's actually making it a bit more muggy for some neighborhoods versus others. Dew point temperature helps us understand how much is to that air you can wear factor, how much humidity we're feeling out there in relation to the temperature. And along the coast, we're a little bit muggier, not only because you're right by the source, but because our south wind for neighborhoods like Rockport, Port A, and even the Bluff, that's a humid wind for you. It goes right over the water, whereas inland neighborhoods, that south wind is dry for you, and that is going to make a difference in the afternoon high temperature, which we'll talk about in a moment. But what the wind will also do for all of us, because it's a south wind, it is really going to warm up those temperatures today. So if you have been missing some of that warmth, it's back in the forecast today. Taking a look at the Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network over in the Bluff, you'll notice that those temperatures in Portland not doing too bad. Generally hanging out, 61 off La Mirada Street, 58 in Oakland Hills, 61 off Mangrove Drive. So we're feeling pretty good. But as we go out the door for that dog walk, those temperatures are going to warm up pretty quickly. Our start today is Daisy, and it looks like the way I feel. We could use a little sunshine, a little warmth, team windows down. I think we've got that in the forecast for Miss Daisy. She lives in San Patricio County and loves to go for a walk around the neighborhood. So as temperatures head through the 70s this morning, it is going to be feeling nice. A mix of clouds and sunshine out there. I think the sunshine wins though. However, we've been watching a steady stream of showers dance right off our coast, not really doing anything for us, but bringing a few showers up to southeast Texas around Houston. Here's our cold front coming through. Now don't worry. Cold front, not too cold. This is really just making windy conditions today that will have those wind gusts making you play tug of war with the steering wheel if you plan to head out for lunch or maybe even for the ride home. Wind gusts around 25 to 30 miles per hour for a good chunk of today. That picks up in a few hours, mid to late morning time frame, and then will die down later tonight. But here's what that does for us all combined. Temperatures will be moving through the 70s today. As the time goes into the afternoon, some inland neighborhoods will be in the lower 80s. Here in Corpus Christi, I think we make a quick dance with 80, but this is really what we're hoping for. Some of these little showers out ahead of the front, would love for that to be a popular thing here across Coastal Bend. I don't think it will be, unfortunately. I think very few of us see maybe a spotty shower. That's about it. And the sad thing is that was the best rain chance I had for us here in the forecast. We're looking pretty dry over the next 7 days. But on the flip side, lots of sunshine and warm temperatures replace that rain in the forecast. So here's a look at the next 7 days. 80 today in Corpus Christi, if only briefly, should feel nice. That cold front will make for a few chilly mornings in the 40s, but not too bad overall. We'll still have warm afternoons and a couple of 80-degree afternoons on the 7-day forecast.
The president has directed the federal government to buy billions of dollars in mortgage bonds, a move he says will lower mortgage rates. I'm Maura Barrett with a look at whether the plan will actually lower rates or be a short-lived drop.
Welcome back, folks. All right, get this. President Trump has announced proposals to lower mortgage rates without waiting for interest rate cuts from the Federal Reserve. Among them, a $200 billion purchase in mortgage bonds. Scripps News Group's Maura Barrett takes a look at whether the move can actually lower costs for homebuyers.
The president announced in early January that he was directing Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to buy $200 billion in mortgage bonds. Since then, mortgage rates have seen a small dip, but economists question whether rates will fall enough to increase affordability.
President Donald Trump outlining his proposed policies to make homeownership more affordable during his recent address at the World Economic Forum.
Homeownership has always been a symbol of health and vigor.
The housing market has been in a slump since 2022, when high mortgage rates collided with years of skyrocketing home prices. In an effort to lower rates, Trump directed Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, both government regulated, to buy $200 billion in mortgage bonds.
Directly manipulating mortgage rates is not really something they've done much of before, so this is sort of new.
Joel Berner, a senior economist with Realtor.com, explains the goal of the purchase is to force interest rates down by increasing demand for mortgage-backed securities. It's aiming to reduce what's known as the mortgage spread, the difference between the 10-year Treasury yield and interest rate on a 30-year mortgage. Why does that matter? Spreads widen during times of economic uncertainty. A narrow spread creates more confidence in the market.
So what they're doing is just increasing demand to squish that margin down and allow for mortgage rates to fall.
Mortgage rates are down, hovering just above 6%. Berner says it's hard to know for sure if the move will create long-term impact.
It really depends on how the market perceives the move. If they perceive it as Fannie and Freddie are going to become long-term holders of mortgage bonds, then it's entirely the case that mortgage rates might sustain lower. If they think it's a one-time pop, then it might just be a short-term dip in rates.
The president also taking steps to ban large institutional investors from buying more single-family homes.
Homes are built for people, not for corporations, and America will not become a nation of renters. We're not going to do that.
That proposal also met with some skepticism.
Even if you were to ban these really large investors, they would probably be replaced by smaller investors. It's not necessarily going to open up inventory for first-time home buyers.
Maura Barrett, Scripps News Group, Denver.
Hello and happy Tuesday to you. Here's what we're looking at in your neighborhood today. Temperatures are going to be much warmer, but that's a trend we keep throughout the week, even with a cold front just hours away. So here's what to expect for Tuesday. That fog will start clearing up. We'll start warming up, and many of us will be cruising through the 70s today, getting to the 80s by the time we head into those afternoon high temperatures around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Lower 80s going to be an easy achievement for the inland neighborhoods. Meanwhile, along the coast, we'll be in the lower 70s before it's all said and done, but the true achievement is going to come from the sky. If we get any rainfall, that would be a really big thing to celebrate. I think maybe a stray shower passing by the northern neighborhoods is about all we can hope for. Unfortunately, it's just not in the cards for us. Most of that rain is going to be heading up the coast. But if you do see a stray shower today, consider yourself very, very lucky, because that was the only rain chance I had in our forecast for the next 7 days. And it's not a good one, and we're going to be pretty dry over the next 7 days, unfortunately. But if nothing else, we'll focus on the silver lining. We're going to have a beautiful day with lots of warmth out there, and it's something that we don't have to forfeit with another cold front tomorrow. Yes, some chilly mornings in the forecast, but the afternoons, keeping it in the 70s and 80s, not too bad. It looks like spring has arrived a bit earlier here in the coastal bend, and this weekend looks to be great. Remember, it's the first Friday of the month, so we're looking forward to Art Walk this Friday.
Coming up on Chris 6 Sunrise, Kingsville ISD is considering a major shakeup of its elementary schools. We're taking a look at what's proposed and what today's special board meeting will decide.
And the Evangeline Water Project is meant to secure future water, but it's now under protest. Who's pushing back and how it could impact the timeline?
A San Patricio County woman is behind bars, facing charges of theft in the millions. I'm Adam Beam with what court documents have revealed so far.
Now, 20 minutes of non-stop news, sponsored by Ewald Kubota.
Hey folks, thank you so much for tuning in for our 20 minutes of non-stop news with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. Folks, we have plenty of neighborhood news for you, as you just saw. But first, we got to check in with Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber in for Stephen this morning. Hey, good morning. Thanks for being here.
Morning.
Oh, nice to come back, visit the crew. We don't really get to see each other much with these different shifts anymore, so it's nice to come back and hang with y'all. But, you know, I also bring some nice weather. I wish I could have brought some rain, so sorry about that. I'll let you down early. But if you're heading up and out the door, you need to know you may be able to leave that sweater at home. We are already warmer, and this afternoon is definitely going to not be sweater weather if we can use double negatives here. Let's talk about what you're going to find when you head out the door. A little bit of haziness turns to a bit of fogginess for inland neighborhoods. Commutes along 77, 281 in southern neighborhoods like Jim Wells, Duval counties. That's where we're going to find those visibilities dropping, so you've been warned. Give yourself some extra time if you're heading that way. Other commutes are doing okay because we've got a little bit of wind. Wish we had more on the radar. This is really about it. We've been watching since yesterday, a couple showers dancing along our coast. So unfortunately, not the best kind of forecast when it comes to trying to get away from drought conditions. However, the wind plays a big role in the forecast today. We're seeing that texture on the water here, a smooth ride over the Harbor Bridge. So what is the best part of that? You will get to enjoy some very warm weather today. We'll talk about it coming up in your forecast, but if you are heading out on the Harbor Bridge, as you saw, nice ride so far. No delays to tell you about. We're finally looking really good, not only on Ocean Drive and SPID, but Saratoga also looking good. We've got some stop and go areas between now about Staples down to Weber, but nothing out of the ordinary. A little stop and go really making for some issues on Rodfield. You might want to find an alternate along Airline, but heading to NAS Corpus Christi this morning is looking pretty good. No delays to tell you about. So as you head out, make sure you stay safe and you drive safe. That's a look at your traffic report. I'll have your 7-day forecast ahead.
I'm Ana Conejo in Kingsville, checking in with the community about the district's improvement plan. Hear what neighbors have to say. Kingsville ISD recently announced a proposed elementary realignment that would consolidate 3 campuses into 2. The plan will move pre-K through 2nd grade to Cleburne Elementary and grades 3 to 5 to Harvey Elementary. District leaders say the changes could help address low academic ratings, declining enrollment, and a $4.2 million budget deficit. While some community members say the plan could improve education long term, others, including teachers, are raising concerns about campus safety, job security, and larger class sizes. The school board is expected to consider final approval during a special meeting on
Anna, thank you so much. Now let's take a closer look at what the plan is proposing. In it, Kingsville would close Perez Elementary School and Harrell Elementary School. Kingsville would reopen Clayburgh Elementary to serve students in pre-kindergarten through 2nd grade. Harvey Elementary will be renovated to serve grades 3rd through 5th grade. And today's meeting will be held at the Kingsville ISD Administration Building at 207 North 3rd Street, starting at 5:30.
So we wanted to hear from parents whose children actually attend Kingsville ISDs. Michelle and I posted a poll on Facebook, and I've been keeping track of those comments. Here's what I found. Of 172 votes believing that schools should be consolidated, 300 votes disagree. So I pulled some comments, and a couple of them say, quote, with James Davis saying, yes, it needs to be done. They are losing money to other districts. They seem to have a good plan, end quote. While others, like Jeannie De La Mora, bring up concerns like a lot of schools have smaller class sizes. What will be the student-to-teacher ratio? That should be a major concern. Those are great questions, too. Stay tuned to Chris 6 on air and online for the latest from today's meeting.
A San Patricio County woman is facing multiple charges. They allege theft of property from her employers costing millions of dollars. Here's what we know so far.
Here in Sinton, you'll find Epic Energy Services, a company that, according to their website, provides general contracting, construction, maintenance, and repair services. But why is one of its employees now behind bars? Complaints obtained by 6 Investigates allege 43-year-old Vanessa Elizabeth Slayton stole over $1.6 million from the company through unauthorized transactions to her personal accounts. From July 4th to August 9th of 2025, 8 transactions totaling over $312,000. Transactions like this occurring for months, with one as recent as January 17th. 4 days after the discovery, Slayton was taken into custody, where she remains as of February 2nd.
Thanks so much, Adam. Appreciate that. So formal protests have now been filed against the proposed Evangeline groundwater project, putting its construction timeline in question. Records obtained by Chris 6 News show that the City of Sinton and St. Paul Water Supply Corporation are challenging permits tied to drilling and water transport. Now, once protested, those permits can't actually move forward routinely and must go before the local groundwater district's board. The project is pitched as a future water source capable of producing up to 24 million gallons a day, with costs in the hundreds of millions. The board is expected to take up the issue at a meeting Friday.
Hey there, good morning. Your weather on the 6s looking pretty good right now. We've got a beautiful sunrise for you behind me. Take the wide view for yourself. This is our view over SPID, and while we still have some of the glowy lights there, no, that is not your astigmatism. We're looking pretty good. Golden hour setting up to be quite nice. Sunrise will be at 7:16 this morning. So if you're heading up and out the door, here's what you can expect. Temperatures feeling pretty good. You probably don't need the sweater after all, because with a little bit of humidity, our temperatures on either side of 60 degrees. Pretty enjoyable. I made it to the car with no issue, and I can assure you this afternoon, not going to be sweater weather. In fact, you can probably give any of that winter talk, winter supplies, your sweater, coat, space heater. You can probably give that a break this week. We've got some early spring weather in the forecast. So visibility, a little bit of an issue for inland neighborhoods such as Alice down in Hebbronville. They've been dealing with some better conditions, worse conditions, overall foggy conditions this morning. So if you're traveling along 281 or 77, give yourself some extra time. But let's take a closer look at the Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network at our Flower Bluff neighbors' latest reportings in terms of that peak wind gust. It doesn't take much, but a little bit of movement of the wind, 5 to 10 miles per hour. is really all it takes to help keep things shaking and moving. So all that humidity that we're waking up to this morning isn't settling into fog out this way. We're looking pretty good. Sure, it's a bit misty off in the distance, but it doesn't impact your ability to see the road and drive safely. But other neighborhoods are dealing with that, so give yourself some extra time. If you're planning to head out the door with a pup, our dog walking forecast start today is Daisy, and I understand this feeling. I want to get out with my short sleeves on. And yes, we can do that, Daisy. It's going to be a nice day. This pup lives in San Patricio County, so maybe take a day out to the park if we've got some time, because we are going to be in the 70s before you know it. Yes, it will be windy, stronger south wind as we head into the afternoon time frame, but feeling nice. I wish we could get some green on the radar here over the coastal bend. Most of that has been off our coast, heading up towards southeast Texas, but notice we've got a cold front on the way. I said cold front. This is not bringing cold to the coastal bend, just a little bit of a less warm situation, we'll call it. Let me explain. Heading through today, a mix of sunshine and clouds will help us get to the 80s for inland neighborhoods. Along the coast will be in the lower 70s, but really a nice warm day. What we're missing in this picture is rainfall, and while some of our northern neighborhoods may get a quick passing shower, I'm really not counting on much in terms of rainfall, unfortunately. What makes this the worst news to deliver to you is that there goes my best rain chance all week. I am keeping my fingers crossed for next week. Looks like maybe the middle of next week could be another opportunity, but I'm not holding my breath. We're just going to have to keep our fingers crossed at this point. But until then, we can celebrate some nice weather. We've got great temperatures on the way. Some chilly mornings, yes, but generally we're going to keep it in the 70s and 80s. In fact, I've got, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 80-degree high temperatures on the board here for your 7-day forecast.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
All right, we're going to start off this list with the Department of Homeland Security. They plan to issue all of its federal officers on the ground in Minneapolis body cameras. DHS Secretary Christine Noem made the announcement on Monday in a social media post. The move comes after 2 deadly shootings by immigration agents in the city and demands from Democrats. Noem said that the move is effective immediately. She added that the body camera program will be expanded nationwide as funding becomes available.
President Donald Trump will host Colombian President Gustavo Petro today at the White House. The meeting comes as the two countries work to tone down tensions and resume talks after Trump accused Petro of being involved in illegal drug trades. The U.S. had imposed sanctions against Petro and his family, and the White House even threatened to use military force in the country to remove him. The Trump administration also added Colombia to its list of nations that are failing to cooperate on the drug war for the first time in nearly 30 years.
Lawyers for Senator Mark Kelly and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth are headed to court today. Kelly sued the Pentagon last month over retaliation for his participation in a video that called on troops to resist unlawful orders. Hegseth then censured Kelly, which could result in a demotion from Kelly's retired rank of captain and subsequent reduction in retirement pay. Senator Kelly's legal team argues that Pentagon's punishments violate his First Amendment rights and threaten to silence the voices of all veterans.
Bill and Hillary Clinton have reportedly agreed to testify before a House committee investigating convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The former president and former Secretary of State would appear for depositions with the House Oversight Committee. They had previously resisted appearing, but committee chair Republican James Comer issued subpoenas and warned of contempt. Democrats on the panel say the Clintons accepted Comer's terms. Comer still says questions remain, and the House is moving forward with a possible contempt vote.
The partial government shutdown is not expected to disrupt tax season this week. The Internal Revenue Service says that its nearly 75,000 employees will continue working through February 7th. The agency says that staff members are being paid through the Inflation Reduction Act. What happens after February 7th if the government continues to be shut down? Well, that's unclear. During last fall's record-long shutdown, of course, the IRS initially kept all employees working. That shutdown, of course, did not happen during tax season, though. It came as the agency was racing to implement major tax changes.
With that being said, Texas A&M University Kingsville business students are offering free tax preparation through the VITA program. The service starts today and is open Mondays and Tuesdays from 4 to 7 p.m. at the TAM UK Business Administration Building. The free service is for households earning under $67,000 a year, and it's open to students and community members with in-person, curbside, and virtual options available. The goal is to help families save money, avoid filing fees, and keep more of their refund.
Fat Friday is over, and the big parade is weeks away. But Padre Island is making Barefoot Mardi Gras a month-long celebration. I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Drew Bishop. February is a big month for Padre Island businesses, and here's why.
While shooting my story on the beach, I ran into some curious neighbors.
How you folks doing?
Greg and Colleen Wallach have lived here on Padre Island for a year and a half, but have never heard of Barefoot Mardi Gras.
Does that interest you?
The businesses would be able to take advantage. It'd be very good to bring in crowds and people from out of town and bring some business. So yeah, we're all for it.
I would think that it's probably just a lot of fun for people too, not just good for businesses.
Those familiar with the event agree.
So much fun. I got to get a kiss from the king a couple of years ago. He was parked outside my condo unit waiting for the parade to start. He kissed me on the cheek.
The Padre Island Business Association took over Barefoot Mardi Gras 12 years ago. Since then, they've grown a small beach parade into a month-long event that benefits neighbors, businesses, and local organizations.
The island community itself has really embraced the opportunity to come together and offer all of these fun things to do for somebody who wants to come and spend a month doing Mardi Gras themed things.
From Cajun cooking classes to karaoke, there are 11 Mardi Gras themed events on the island throughout February, with a savings pass that offers discounts for neighbors getting into the New Orleans spirit.
Last year is when we actually decided to make it as a season as a whole instead of just a couple events here and there and then the parade at the end.
A portion of the money raised also goes to local charities.
Our charities are the Firefighters Care Foundation, the Corpus Christi Police Foundation, and then the Texas Sea Life Center.
It's all an effort to line Padre Island with more business and more beads this month.
You sit on their beach in our bare feet and watch the people go by.
For a full list of events happening this month, you can visit our website, christv.com. On Padre Island, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Drew Bishop, Chris 6 News.
Drew, thank you so much. So as you all know, the Super Bowl is just a few days away, and while some people watch the game, there are others who watch the commercials. I think you know what team we're in, right?
Yes, most definitely. Well, the original Jurassic Park movie is actually featured in this year's Comcast Super Bowl ad. The commercial promotes its Xfinity video service. The ad takes viewers back to the first film in the dinosaur movie franchise, which came out way back in 1993. Brought back to the screen to repurpose their Jurassic Park roles are the actors Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum. The ad sponsor, Xfinity Connectivity, helps get the dinosaur park's systems back online. Jeff Goldblum.
I can't get Jurassic Park back online without...
Whoa, this place is awesome. By the way, you should have plugged this in.
And with that, the movie stars get to relax using the service for all their streaming needs. Fans of football, food, and clever commercials can watch the game on Sunday, February 8th, right here on Chris 6 News.
Oh, what nostalgia there.
I know. That used to be one of my favorite movies back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Jeff Goldblum, still one of my all-time favorite actors, too. Even just his interviews are just so entertaining to watch.
All-time favorite people existing on this planet, maybe.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity. What happened to the That's not the Wi-Fi password.
Here we go. Sometimes life finds a way.
Finds a way.
I feel like they would have a hard time getting service out there, though.
Yes.
I don't know, right?
This is true. This is true.
Maybe that's the push. They reach remote areas. I don't know, but I guess we'll have to find out. Super Bowl is already here. It's crazy. We're in February. Where is 2026 going? Wherever it's going, I hope it's to a rainy place because we don't have any in the forecast aside from an itty bitty little opportunity today. So let's talk about what we do have in the forecast, which is a little bit of that fog today. We've got that for the inland neighborhoods, and it's because it feels a little more humid out there, and the wind is not moving as much for the inland neighborhoods. That's why Falfurrias and Hebbronville are sharing a visibility of 0.8 of a mile. Not great, but it could be worse. At times this has been a little better, at times it's been a little worse. Now that the sun is rising, that should remedy pretty quickly here. For other neighborhoods, we're doing okay because just a little bit of wind goes a very long way. But we're warmer this morning, and those cooler temperatures inland are also adding to the fogginess, but generally we're on either side of 60 degrees. We are going to warm up in a big way. I think many neighborhoods will make a run at 80 degrees today, if not, maybe even a little bit warmer. We've got a little bit of that air you can wear feeling out there. Dew point temperatures help us understand how much water is in the air around us compared to the temperature. When we're in the 60-degree neighborhood, you know, that's a little bit of that tackiness you feel heading out the door. So we're just on the cusp of that. Not too uncomfortable, but I think at this point, anything is better than the very chilly weather we had this past weekend, right? Early spring here in the coastal bend for the first full week of February, and the wind is a big part of this forecast. We have generally south winds and calm winds in Hebbronville, again, aiding in the development of fog, but just a little bit goes a long way. 10 miles per hour, for example, a very good wind speed to avoid some fogginess. So zooming in closer to the Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network, heading to the Bluff, you can see we haven't had very strong winds here this morning. 9 miles per hour off Graham Road, 8, 11. It just takes a little bit of movement to remedy the visibility issues. So thankfully, we've got a good start to the day. But however, those winds are going to pick up in a really big way. We're talking gusty winds, not disrespectful, but gusty, about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Once we get through the mid-morning hours, that's when it'll pick up. And you might be playing tug of war with the steering wheel for the ride home. You have been warned. But maybe using the windshield wipers? If you're lucky. Most of that rain has been avoiding us, and it will continue to do so today. That cold front isn't going to make us too cold, but it is going to keep the windiness in the forecast, so expect to get to the 80s today before it's all said and done. Warm and breezy, the keywords, but in terms of rain, we could really use some. Unfortunately, that was our best rain chance, and bye-bye it will go today, so I really hope somebody sees rain here across the coastal bend. Until then, we're talking 80 today. All right, a little cooler tomorrow because, of course, the cold front's got to do something, but we've got a really nice weekend ahead. Art Walk, 79 degrees. What do you think? Not bad, Michelle.
Yeah.
You're a warm girly, too.
Oh, yeah. I'm loving the forecast. I do agree we do need the rain, but for now, we're going to look on the bright side of things. Literally, right?
Always look on the bright side of life.
Well, it's time to go. Have a good one, guys.
Happy Tuesday.
Bye, guys.